Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we discuss, honor, analyze, critique, and just talk about the sport of boxing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support. As you can see, it's kind of nighttime over here right now, so I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? Thank you for subscribers since day one, recent subscribers tuning into the lives, commenting in the comment sections, et cetera, man. Y'all know what it is, Renee Boxia, man. Thanks so much. And I just want to talk about everything that we see in boxing, we've been seeing for the past few years. As far as first and foremost, I got to say that I'm enjoying boxing right now. I'm really enjoying it. I've been saying it time and time again. Last year, 2020, man, finished off the last quarter, of the year with just wonderful fights, man. And generally speaking, what I mean, I've been enjoying the sport of boxing, and it's just that some things that I kind of speak about, and sometimes I sound pessimistic about it, but I'm more of a realist concerning these things that don't believe all the hype, man. Don't buy all the hype that you hear sometimes when it comes to mega fights and when fighters go back and forth. I understand in the promoting side that fighters promote themselves. For example, what we're seeing right now between Ryan Garcia, and Tank Davis. I've been saying it, man. Or we'll go back a little bit more. When it comes to let's go back more. Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder. The fight unfortunately didn't happen when the boxing community really wanted to see that fight. So many people wanted to see that fight, and unfortunately it didn't go down. You recently go with Spence and Bud, and you already know the story there. Um, and it's hasn't gone down, and it looks like it's not going to go down, which is one of the reasons why I say, and I've been saying it. I think I've been one of the really few, maybe the only person that's been saying that fight. I've been saying it for months. That fight ain't going to happen. Spence and Bud until at least 2022, man. We can forget about that at least. If I'm wrong, great. Like I say time and time again. Then we go to, Tank and Ryan Garcia going back and forth. It doesn't matter how much you see these guys going on their phones, going on social media, you know, um, saying, I'm going to do this and that to you. Ryan Garcia saying, I'm going to knock Tank out in round two. Going on, hot boxing with Mike Tyson, shouts out to Mike Tyson, respect all day to the legend, and him going on his phone, going back and forth with Tank, and, Oscar De La Hoya saying that, Ryan Garcia is going to walk through Tank. It's just all hype. I understand the promoting aspect though, but, to a certain extent, it's like, okay, but then it just becomes redundant. And I'm talking in general, I'm just giving examples right now. But generally speaking, these things are just redundant. Another example, Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders. How long have they been going back and forth? I actually responded to on Bubu Andrade's Demetrius Andrade, sorry, pronunciation right. Demetrius Andrade, his Twitter, he posted something about, Billy Joe Saunders, about him, signed the contract already, blah blah blah. And I put in capital letters, man, I about just make the fight already, please. I mean, you guys have been going back and forth way too long. Make the fight already, my gosh, and because as a fan of the sport of boxing, a real fan, who loves the sport of boxing, you just get tired of it when you see this time and time again. Going back and forth on social media for so long, and nothing happens. I mean, that's where you get kind of tired of it. But I've been, like I said, I've been enjoying, what we've been seeing in the sport of boxing. I'm just talking about the hype, where it's too much hype, where it's too much just milking and milking. Like I said, I repeat, to a certain extent, I get it as far as promoting a fight. Fighters sometimes promote themselves better than promoters promote fighters by doing these kind of things. But you get to a point where you're like, you know what, this is just a bunch of jargon. This is just a bunch of, back and forth. I'm going to do this to you. Yeah, right. I'm going to do this to you. And, recently what's Eddie Hearn saying also now with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I've said it time and time again also, ladies and gentlemen. Went live about it, talking about it. I think I made a video about it too. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, that's not going to happen next, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know at what time what time frame people will see this video. Maybe it'll be months from now. Maybe obviously when I post it, people will be watching it. Maybe because sometimes the thing is that, when it comes to the boxing community in general, whatever community, whatever, Videos are seen months after they're posted sometimes. So depending on when you see this, I'm talking in the time frame of, Anthony Joshua beat Pulev, okay? That was his last fight. I don't see Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fighting next. It's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I don't like to be pessimistic, but I'm more realistic. And because of the politics, sticking their dirty nose in the business between mega potential fights. Like I said, we've been seeing great fights, but a lot of it is not, good fights, that really big mega potential fights aren't happening. They're just mostly milked and milked and milked. I personally think it's because, these promoters are trying to do what Mayweather, the Mayweather blueprint, whatever you want to call it, right? Between Mayweather and Floyd. Sorry, Mayweather and, Manny Pacquiao. I think that's one of the things. I mean, and it's just sometimes I think it's just being way over exaggerated. It's being, the best. When you go back to the golden era of boxing, whatever era you want to put that in, but it was before the thousands, 2000s. You saw more of, just champions going against champions, fighters going against fighters for legacy, and they fought for that more. You didn't really talk here. I mean, yes, you heard about the business and stuff like that, but they fought more for legacy, and they just wanted to fight the best out there. You know what I mean? And that's why they call it the golden age of boxing, or whatever the phrase is. That's where you had the explosive matchups, man. We do have them now. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not complaining. It's just that I reiterate, don't buy all the hype, man. I mean, because many times when you talk about when these promoters and these media sources, whatever, Top Rank or whatever the heck platform they are, you already know the names, PBC, whatever it is, whatever platform it is, a fighter wins. For example, Bud just beat Brooke. What was the another example? I'm getting several examples. What was the very next thing that you saw Top Rank posting? A picture of, Bud and Spence, face to face, or like fighting, like as if they were fighting in a ring. Will this happen next? Of course it's not. I mean, foolish questions where it's not going to happen next. That's what I mean to not buy the hype. I mean, you get to the point where you're like, I try to look over these things. That's why I don't really talk about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Why? It's not going to happen soon, anyways. That's why I haven't really talked about. Check my channel out. Check it out. I haven't really talked too much about Butter Spence. I do because it's a topic, but I really don't really talk too much about it. I just mention it, talk it here and there, maybe go live and talk about it, but I don't really do it too much. I really don't do it much at all. I don't even, because I know it's not realistic. It's way down the line, because I know there's just these and I'm not pointing fingers. It's just, but to a certain extent I am, with the promoters and the companies that who should so and so fight next, and they put the big names that the whole world wants to see, but it's not going to happen next. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it is just because they're milking it, they're hyping it, but sometimes they just overdo it. They really overdo it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I personally think, and like I've been saying, that Tank Ryan Garcia is not going to happen next. Tank Haney's not going to happen next, most likely, at least. But I mean, I understand hype is part of it. It's part of the whole boxing. It's part of it, of the whole buildup of fights. But if they're not going to, if it's not tangible, where there's a date or it's near, then I don't really try talking too much about it, because sometimes it just leads to a lot of bickering and fussing and fighting between people and platforms. It just gets crazy, you know what I'm saying? I try to be a little bit more, just not to buy into the hype so much, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it feels like it's just getting out of hand. It looks like it's just getting out of hand in the sport of boxing, unfortunately. But, like I said, I got high hopes. And I just wanted to express, it's not kind of a unique video, I guess we can say. I just wanted to express my thoughts and my mind on all this stuff. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to see a Tyson. And that's another one, Tyson Fury versus Wilder trilogy anytime soon. I highly doubt that. I said that a while ago, too. So it is what it is, man. But we just got to enjoy the sport with what we have, and keep pushing for the fights we want to see. But we'll see. We hope that the tables keep turning in the sport of boxing, where we'll see the more mega fights that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think? Go ahead and comment below. Do you buy into to the hype a lot? Do you get caught up so much into the hype? You know, Maybe you do. I mean, I'm not against you. I'm not against anybody who does it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? I try to speak more realistic on things when it comes to these things, but it's nice to talk about it sometimes. And some platforms do it. That's awesome, you know. More power to those platforms, you know, that like to get in the hype and talk about it, and they really break it down well. Not taking anything against that, you know. Not taking anything away from that. So go ahead and comment, you know, in the comment section. What do you think? Do you guys buy into all these hype, you know, all the hype that, you know, promoters push, and, you know, major platforms and media sources, you know, like I said, top rank, you know, PBC, DAZN, whatever other ones are out there, right? Do you buy into all that hype when they say those things? Oh, you know, Ryan Garcia said he's gonna knock out Tank in round two, second round. What do you think? It's like, you know, and oh, you know, so and so just came out and said this on Instagram. Do you think it's gonna happen? And it's like, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm referring to. And, you know, between fighters that, you know, they're not gonna fight soon. That you know, but good talking points, obviously, and I talk about them, but not. I try not to overemphasize it. You know what I'm saying? I try not to buy into the hype so much. But what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Do you guys think it's getting out of hand nowadays with the sport of boxing? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? I want to hear your opinions too, you know? So thanks so much, man. Renee Box Young. Go ahead and like, subscribe, you know, share. If there are any new listeners, go ahead and subscribe. Renee Box Young. Thank you so much for your support. And please stay safe, each and every one of you. Renee Box Young. Peace out.